Yo, are you ready for the Astro-Weather week? April, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Aquarius and Pisces moon week. Happy birthday, Taurus, Taurus season. Happy birthday, Mom. R.I.P. She would have been 84 today. Let's get into it. A lot to talk about. We just lost the Pope. Pew! Grand Rising, good people. Eric Taylor, Astrology. Wow, Taurus season comes in. The T-square, all this stuff. The Aquarius moon at 9 degrees, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. We got Aquarius Pisces moon weekend. Hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend, Resurrection Sunday. Please go back and watch both amazing podcasts. Friday night with Miss Kimberly Williams, episode 328, Manifest on Purpose. Does the numerology for your business. Did it for a musical artist, me, E-Complete, in my upcoming in 2026 third album, God Told Me to Tell You. It was powerful. If I was you, I'd go get that, that free call and boost up your business. Come to me to do the business birth chart and do the numerology with her, and you'll be in perfect alignment, okay? Kimberly.com with an A, Kimbaley. Kimberly Williams, yeah, brilliant, really, just Leo, Sun, Moon, Scorpio rising. And then last night, oh my God, Megan McPherson, yes, God wellness, she's got great energy. Taurus rising, Gemini, Moon, Scorpio, Sagittarius Sun. She deals with women's womb health. We're talking about yoni steaming. We're talking about the herbs that you use. Talking about the Millionaire Mindset and Flow Coach. It is a great episode. A lot of nuggets in that. Episode 329. Megan McPherson. Go watch that. And then come join me Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I have Rebecca Vidanoff returning. She's a psychic medium, a channeler. We're going to talk about Ascension, the Galactic Federation, and more, and do live readings in the Akasha. And I'll be on TikTok on her channel, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday night on TikTok in the Akasha with Rebecca Vidanoff. You don't want to miss it, okay? It's, Videnoff, Rebecca Vidanoff in the Akasha, Wednesday night. I will be a guest on her TikTok live. So that's what's up for this week. Thursday, we'll be on, wifey and I, probably talking about Mercury and Venus, and I'll at 3 p.m. Eastern. And today, Lunch with Eric. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'll be talking about intuition for the moon signs. That's going to be important. The moon, it's the day of the moon. So, okay, astrology lesson. Thank God my son is safe, but my Leo, my Cap rising, one of my twins, Mateus, my youngest baby, he was in a little accident this weekend with a very reckless friend riding on a back of his e-bike. And this happened on Saturday afternoon while the moon was conjunct his natal Pluto and Mars was hitting in a conjunction to his natal Mercury, but hitting his black moon Lilith. What's the 8th house? Sudden events and emergencies. This kid was the Lilith character because he's kind of reckless, probably if I'm being honest, probably a little racist, but just, no rules, parents divorced, very spoiled, rich, and they were doing a school project and then went out or whatever. So, it's, it's one of those things that I did not know. Thank God he had a helmet, or else I could have lost my kid, okay? So just pray. He's home from school today. He's scarred up on his arm and shoulder, both his legs. Pray for Mateus to heal. Please send your Reiki and healing energy and prayers. And, he's got a track meet on Thursday. He may just have to do shot put and javelin. But thank God he's okay. But we've been, taking care of him. But he still went to church yesterday. So... But, God is good. I hope you guys are doing well. And we lost the Pope, and they said they're putting him in a coffin today, 88. I don't want to get into all the stuff because, hey, just prayers. But there's a lot of symbolism behind that, and the age, and J.D. Vance just going to visit him, and the Jesuits and the Masons and rituals, and it's hey, R.I.P. Thank you for your service, Pope Francis. He was from Buenos Aires, and he was trying to evolve the church. So give him credit, whether you liked him or didn't. Interesting gentleman. Now, we got a lot going on with not bringing home the guy from Venezuela, this and that. Things are going to be hot this week. I told you with Mars opposing Pluto, be careful to the 26th at least, probably the 27th. Mars is already at 1 degree. Pluto is at 3 degrees. The sun is at 1 degree. So we've got this Sun-Mars square, but the T-square Pluto, right? What do you value, right? How can you initiate transformation to your throat chakra, to your self-worth, to your values and your possessions? They can be, be things that are transforming you, or it's also speaking to, you want to grow fruits and veggies in your home. Initiate that from your heart chakra. Be authentic. Authentically speak your truth to power. When you got Mars, Pluto, and the sun together, adios mijo, Lucy. So you're going to feel this T-square probably till the rest of the week, till Friday, okay? So I told you last week, this is a very powerful week. This Aquarius moon is still conjunct Pluto, but it's at 9 degrees, so it's pulling away. It will finish up at around 15 East Coast, 16 on the West Coast. And just missing my mom today. All right. Love you, Mom. Miss you. 84. Wow. She would have been, so. But she's with us, and we're going to celebrate her tonight. All right. Astro of the week, BigEAstro. Let's get to the chart for the Aquarius Pisces moon week. And it's Taurus season. The Taurus birth chart sale has begun until, May 21st? Email me, Aries. I didn't hear from you. Taurus, sun, moon, risings. 90 minutes, normally 250, only 206. Live chart reading, Q&A, videos. Listen, you want to book chart readings. These are big sales. For Taurus, sun, moon, rising, to break down the entire chart, to map your life, the remembrance of your soul, to work on healing your inner child, positive affirmations, dream book. I give you a lot. It's not your basic astrological reading. It's intuitive, it's spiritual, it's psychological, it's transformative. Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Taurus the Bull. I know you're going to step up more than the Aries and Pisces. I'll see you soon. Let's talk about it. Let's get to the chart for the Astro-Weather week, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. BigEAstrology. Pew. All right, make it happen Monday, good people. Ooh, this is a week, okay? And we have the NFL draft on Thursday, the NBA playoffs. My Knicks won. Glad Minnesota beat the Lakers. Clippers almost, so there's a lot of blowouts too. Pacers spanked the Bucks. Nothing so shocking, but yeah, let's get ready. And I think another college football player died, Missouri State, and then you had the wide receiver from LSU, Kyron Lacey. Very sad. So Taurus sun, you were coming off of that Cap Moon trining Uranus yesterday, which was a nice energy yesterday, late afternoon, evening. And Saturn is moving along. So, Saturn conjunct the North Node is a way to cement your spiritual discipline, to lock it in so that you can move forward with meditation, with breath work, with toning, with grounding and earthing in nature, with mindfulness, you know what I mean? But healthy boundaries, okay? And Venus is coming along. In a few days, we'll get to, probably in like 4 or 5 days, get back to Aries, just depending on how quick it moves. So this Aquarius moon is still conjunct Pluto, so that's, listen, the Pope passed away with this conjunction. Aquarius moon conjunct Pluto, right? Transference of power this weird sudden event, whatever. I mean, Vance was just over there. He got out of the hospital. I don't know. I can't say it was unexpected, but it seemed like he was getting better from the lung infection or whatever. So who knows? But I'll tell you this Aquarius moon is speaking about the freedom and liberation, right? This T-square with Mars and Taurus and Pluto, it's explosive. Fixed signs. I'm a Scorpio rising. This is all in my 4th, 10th, and 7th. It's home, career, and wifey. So, it's just wild. Jupiter's moving along. Uranus is moving along. And the coffee talks are ready. Coffee Talk was amazing this weekend. You could still pay the $13 and receive the recording for Saturn and Aries. I just put up my Jupiter and Cancer and all 12 signs. Go watch that on YouTube. That'll get you ready for June 9th. But Coffee Talk, Saturday, May 10th, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, 2 hours, $22. Talking about the transit on the 7-7 portal, Uranus and Gemini. That's going to finish out the rest of the year. And then it'll retrograde back, and then it goes in permanently in April 2026. If you can't make it live, you can still pay. Hit me up. You can book it on the website. Wifey's going to put that up in a day or two, but Eric at BigEAstro.com. And then Friday, May 16th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, only $13, 65 minutes. I'm going to do the midheaven for all 12 signs. How should your soul vibrate out in public for your career? Okay? Your legacy, reputation, but that's how you are supposed to target your work. Okay? Your career. That midheaven, very important. So this Aquarius moon will finish at 15, 16. So tomorrow it should be at about 22. And then it will, finish up, and we'll have the Pisces moon Wednesday, Thursday, and un poquito, very early on Friday. So Saturday. Saturday. So no, Friday. Sorry, we're gonna have a Aries Taurus moon weekend, and that Taurus new moon, right, is on the 27th on Sunday. Okay, so you'll have the Taurus moon Sunday, Monday, and I think a part of Tuesday. So we'll just see. I forgot what degrees is at, but it's going to be pretty early degree. All right, so, well, actually, right, if we're at 1 degrees and that's 60, so it'll be at 7 degrees. Should be at 7 degrees, right? Yeah, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it should be at 7 degrees. But, Monday is a day of introspection, and there's opportunities to, really fixate in and not be rigid and stubborn. Mars, Pluto opposition, squaring Taurus Sun. We've got to get into our physical bodies and ground ourselves into a new version, a new reality. Mars opposite Pluto is very challenging, but it's initiating that transformation for your physical body and for the collective. Please focus at your health at this time. Pluto, Aquarius, Pisces, North Node, Virgo, South Node. I've been preaching it, but I really mean it. It's the energy. Everyone's feeling it. Psychics, intuitives, astrologers. Okay? The Lilith energy, the Juno retrograded, and we're dealing with this stuff in Scorpio, okay? Yeah, so, I would really tap in to your intuition. Libra, not much going on days, okay? And that Virgo South Node. So, the Virgo South Node is really trining Uranus. And what that can really speak to is out of nowhere physical reality or people physically from your past or past life memories can come back online, and things like kind of jar you, or re-remembering, like whoa, I remember my life in Lemuria. I remember my life in Atlantis and ancient Kemet and Costa Rica and Peru, Machu Picchu, right? I remember my life as an Aztec, a Mayan, an Inca. So, the Irish tea leaves time, all this stuff. So Uranus trying to south node is really powerful, but it also gives you an opportunity to tap in to the mushrooms that share about, I think, 30% of the DNA as us, right? They're sentient beings. What is it? Selenium network, the wood world web. The trees communicate. We got to tap into nature. This is really important this week to deal with this T-square. Tap into Uranus Virgo. You're going to be feeling this for a while. Really take advantage of it. All right, let's get to Tuesday, the 22nd. I love you, Mom. All right, power. Rest in power, and I miss you. All right, best mom ever. Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology. Let's get to Tuesday, the 22nd. Think about it, Tuesday, the day of Mars. Hopefully we can see some healing of my son's scars. I don't want to tell you how angry I was. This kid going like 25, 30 miles per hour over a speed bump. Freaking absurd. Mother has no discipline on him. Parents divorced, no excuse. Okay, so, sorry. The Aquarius moon, 22 degrees. It finished up around 28 on the East Coast, 29 in the West. So very early we had the Pisces moon. Okay. So this Aquarius moon will be squaring Uranus. Okay. So it's coming off the trine to Jupiter, right, late last night and as you awaken this morning. And so, yeah, while you were sleeping, actually, like around 3 a.m. Eastern, right? So, that's going to bring some interesting dreams, and maybe some really powerful knowledge and insights. Hopefully we can get some ceasefires, right? There's more admittance that, medics were killed in Palestine. Israel lied again. Oh, what a surprise about killing innocent people. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are dead now. Okay. I don't even know the numbers because the media, they lie about it, but it's terrible. That's all I'm going to say. But, this Aquarius moon squaring Uranus, there's going to be some interesting things around the crypto. The stock market's already down Monday morning, like 900. So just watch that, different things with crypto and precious metals on Tuesday. It's the day the planet Mars, lift your weights, run your errands, but be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. Second degree Taurus, right? It's almost an exact square to Pluto, day off. And then, Mars is starting to do its movement and dance, still at 1 degree. That's why I'm telling you, you're going to feel this T-square for, the rest of this week. Okay. Believe me. Okay. So, but you got to live authentically from your heart and speak your truth, right? This is not the time to muzzle yourself, but then you don't want to be overly angry and aggressive in your speech either. Now, we're also dealing with the Mercury sextile yesterday and today. It's starting to pull away from the conjunction to the north, to Neptune, right? But now, Pope Francis is a Sagittarius sun. So, these squares from Saturn and the North Node and Venus definitely could have been, pretty challenging for him. I don't know his chart. Yeah, just kind of interesting. One thing on Tuesday that you got to be mindful of is, some sudden rulings that are restricting our freedom, right? This guy's talking about taking not just, immigrants or migrants or whatever that may be American citizens to prisons out of the country, El Salvador. There's a lot of fight of breaking the Constitution, rules and laws, and hopefully the Supreme Court can, hold steady. We'll see. But I just tell you this because it's the mundane information. I don't worry and stress about it. What's going to be is going to be. I know for me, I've got to do the work for you. I've got to increase my heart chakra, my third eye, my throat, right? I got to ground in earth and nature, and I got to have the spiritual discipline and focus on my health. About to have some chlorophyll. Already had some good, I don't know, sour sap or some sort of tea wifey made. I have my lemon water. That's the thing. So, obviously, we still got the Lilith and Scorpio. So that's the thing that we're not considering, because Lilith, even though it's further up, we're still kind of having this fixed T-square, right, that we already have with Haumea, who gave birth to the Hawaiian Islands. So, we have to think about what's going on in Hawaii and Maui, because we so many things have been blocked off, and just like in LA, that we're not seeing these real rebuilds in terms of, whether it's 15-minute cities or different things that they're doing that's not just or fair to the homeowners, and the media doesn't put attention on it and cover it. That doesn't mean things aren't happening. Please be aware of that. You got to talk to people boots on the ground. I have people in Maui, okay? So, yeah, it's not so nice, okay? So, Uranus moving along, heading towards that 26 degrees before you know it. And, yeah, and that Virgo South Node, we really, there's a lot of benefits for your health getting the Schumann resonance. Gaia Mother Earth is transforming. We're all moving to the 5D. So let's do it, and let's be humble and respect nature and tap in to the sentient beings, the trees, and their wisdom. All right? I love you. Happy birthday, Taurus. The Aquarius moon sextile in Chiron too. There's some opportunities to use sound frequencies and crystals to, do some inner child work today. Moving the physical body. All right, let's get to Wednesday. Miércoles, the day of the planet Mercury on April 23rd. BigEAstro, Astro-Weather week. Wake up Wednesday, the day of Mercury, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Lucy. So we are rocking with that Pisces, man. Right, so I forgot to tell you, right, if it finished up at around 29, it should be at around 5 or 6 degrees. And we see this Pisces moon. 6 degrees. Okay. So it's going to finish up at 12 on the East Coast, 13 on the West Coast. And the Pisces moon is very psychic, very spiritual. Remember, still instrumental music. I would wait till after the Taurus moon to bring back in the lyrics. And the longer you go, then I would say stay away from the lyrics, But everything needs to be high vibrational. But ground into this Pisces moon, Pisces sun signs, intermittent fasting, eating with the circadian rhythms of the sun, juicing, different things. Wifey and I are thinking about starting our fast either today or tomorrow. And, for April, we got a little thrown off with everything, but, we just had the holidays and schedules and all that good stuff. So, what I would suggest, because we're doing the moon sextile the sun today, that's really kind of like, Wednesday is definitely Wednesday, Thursday. I would tap into the bath and the crystals, but then ground in earth and nature and really manifest and speak from the throat chakra with your intention, right? Speaking the positive, but expecting the positive outcome. You don't tell the universe that you want. It's an energy of lack. You thank it with gratitude, but dream big. North Node, Venus, Saturn, dream big, okay? Uranus sextiling the North Node and Saturn. We've got to tap into a higher consciousness, but we have to know that it's out there, right? We've got to visualize our future selves, right? And maybe write or create some sigils, that have meaning to you. We're going to be talking about that in my Astro Life Transformational Program, which, you guys should, reach out and book it before the prices go up. It's 5 months, $2,000. This is a program that is filled with Ho'oponopono, sigils, subconscious work, feng shui, hacks and biohacks, meditations, positive affirmations, inner child work. I mean, we meet live for 8 weeks, and then we meet once a month for the next 3 months, going over your chart, teaching you how to exist and live in the energy and flow of your birth chart to become a Jedi, the Jed, DJEDI. I also, email me, we could do payment plans, but it is powerful. You get a kit, a dream book, a candle, a crystal, pencil, and so much more. I mean, I'm still adding to the program, still making adjustments today and tomorrow, tightening it up and putting in more things. So Wednesday's the day of Mercury. Communicate, talk to your plants, right? Ground, earth, and nature. But also know, right, the Taurus sun is moving along, okay? And it's an exact square to Pluto. And now Mars has, made its adjustment to 2 degrees. So that's why I told you all week you're going to feel this T-square. Okay, we'll see. Thursday and Friday, you're going to feel it. This is a powerful week. So, do you guys have some precious metals, gold and silver? Right? I'm trying to get some. But we've got to think about what are our possessions and what do we need to transmute out, right? Pluto's asking us that. The Mars is taking the initiative. You don't wear that anymore. You don't need that. Donate it or just get rid of it, all right? It's important. And other people can benefit from things that, we don't no longer need. But when we move energy out, it allows new energy to flow in. So we have to do the opposite of this fixed T-square. We don't stay fixed and stubborn and arrogant, right? The fixed signs are, very high and arrogant, and then Sagittarius, the one mutable, okay? But, we've got to really focus on that. This Lilith, right, is also starting to trine, and we'll, get to the trine of the Pisces moon, right? That should finish at 12, 13 degrees. So tonight when you go to bed, Wednesday late night, maybe a good bath night with the crystals, and really, focus on the water and your intention. I think Wednesday night, I'm going to take me a nice Epsom salt crystal bath. And I got to start drinking my moon water. I left it out there for so long, I almost forgot about it. But I got to drink my moon water too from that last, that full moon, right? That Libra full moon. We got to get ready for the Scorpio full moon. Right? The new moon's on the 27th, right? So let's see, 3. So around, I think the 10th or 11th will be the Scorpio full moon. So enjoy Wednesday. It's breathing, it's journaling, jump rope, go for a walk. I was just walking, listening to music in the backyard the other day, and I've got to start to increase where I'm intentional about walking 30 minutes a day. It's really beneficial, and you got to get the sun, right? I was sun gazing at sunset the other day. I need to get up a little bit earlier to do the sun gazing at sunrise, right? Got to follow my wife's lead. But, just have a great Wednesday, and let's get to Thursday, the day of the planet Jupiter, the 24th, Astro-Weather week. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Yo, what's the deal? Try it Thursday, the 24th of Abril. Do you like how I speak of the Spanglish? Yo, that's my language. So 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. That's a nice, real good song. Check me out on, I only got one song on Spotify. I gotta bring out my first and second album, but check me out on SoundCloud. You complete. You can hear, a lot of my music. 2 albums, 4 mixtapes. Yeah. I got the Spit tape, Off the Top, True Speaker, Rebirth, and I forgot, there's another one. Yeah, got a couple of mixed, Hip Hop Forever and True Speaker, though, the 2 albums. And then God told me to tell you. So this Neptune, Mercury starting to pull away. The Pisces moon. So, there's 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, and the Pisces moon is at that 12 degrees. No, I'm sorry, 20 degrees. 13, right? So it should finish up at about 20. Oh, that's really hard to see. Is that 20 or 21? I think it's 20. So should finish up at around 26, 27 degrees, most 28. So we'll get into Friday when I see you at 9 a.m., 12. We should be at like, what, 4 or 5 degrees Aries. So we got the Aries, Friday, Saturday, part of Sunday, and then that Taurus new moon. Right, it's 7 degrees Sunday night, okay? So, definitely increase the water. This Pisces moon is, coming off its square to Jupiter. And so there could be some, really interesting things overseas. Watch out for flooding Wednesday into Thursday, okay? This could be America, but it could be, I'm sensing, somewhere in, I don't know, could be around like Australia or Indonesia, somewhere in the Pacific Islands, but there could be some extreme flooding, okay? This Pisces moon is going to be conjunct Venus, North Node, and Saturn. So this is really good for sound bowls, crystals, sound frequencies, meditating in the water, swimming in the pool, exercise, tap into that. Sun, 4 degrees, Pluto, and where's our Mars on a Thursday? Still at 2. So that's why I'm saying you're going to feel it even through Friday and probably Saturday. Still be mindful of this weekend, okay? You probably really won't be out of this energy until Monday. Okay, so this is a week where you gotta kind of chill out. No need to get into unnecessary debates or arguments about politics, about Trump, Harris, about, just any of this stuff. Just avoid the noise. It's gonna be beneficial to you. And think about how you cannot be fixed and stubborn and arrogant and move your possessions, move your energy, move your physical body, and initiate deep transformation from your heart chakra and try to align to your higher and most authentic self, right? What did the 8 to 12-year-old you want? What did you dream about? What makes you happy? We have an opportunity to walk a new reality and new versions of ourselves and recreate the future that we dream and imagine. North Node, Venus, Saturn, dream a new dream. When you have a Venus North Node conjunction, it's powerful. This is an opportunity to really increase your spiritual devotion. Venus is devotion, but your spiritual connection in your relationships, everything. This is really good for the Pisces Sun Moon risings, but for all the mutable signs and Cancer Scorpio energy. All right, everybody feels good. Mars is in Leo now. That Mars left Cancer. It was, oh my gosh, I'm still healing on my thigh. I don't know if I had a rash or a burn. Man. It was only astrology that explained it, just like I explained my son's thing, right? Mars transiting the 8th house conjunct Lilith and conjunct Mercury. The moon conjunct Pluto on the ascendant. The moon's your physical body. You know, my son, he just came in and, you know, he's doing some schoolwork. He slept late this morning. God bless him. He's such a sweet kid. That's my Mateus. Go watch my kids' interviews. If you haven't watched it, please leave them a comment. Elijah Taylor, Will Truth, which is William Taylor, Jackson Taylor, Mateus Taylor. I did it in Black History Month. Very powerful episodes and interviews. And yeah, I'm really proud of them. But they're just, I learned something from them, and they're really amazing children, but human beings. Okay. So Juno, Lilith still doing its thing in Scorpio. And the Juno is in that trine to the Venus, Saturn, North Node and the Moon. Okay. So could be a little dreamy love on Thursday. It's the day of Jupiter, ladies. Maybe you're going to get proposed to on this Thursday. Yeah, let me know if somebody's planning on getting married, or even should be some interesting births on Thursday. These kids. Ooh, I don't want to be born during the T-square, though. not with Mars, Pluto, and the Sun. Yikes. Hold that baby into Tuesday, ladies. I'm just saying. But God bless all the kids that are born this week, you know. Yeah, it's Thursday. You know, you can start signing up for coffee talks. But Taurus, book your birth chart sale. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Love to work with you and meet you. And yeah, check out my moon services. Check out the website, BigEAstro.com, and sign up for the newsletter. Astro-Weather Week. Hope you have a good one. Listen, don't say I didn't tell you so. There could be some explosives, rhetoric, you know, war talk, even some bombings. There's going to be still Israel, Palestine. They're not stopping. Russia, Ukraine. They're not stopping. You know, these fake ceasefires. It's a joke. But we're going to have issues with crypto, the stock market, and extreme flooding, and probably some wild weather. You know, it is fixed, so we really should be cemented in spring. East Coast should start to warm up. I know New York has, but, you know, even in the spring, you can still get a little bit of sleet, snow, and crazy rain. So you got this. All right. Astro-Weather Week. Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology. I'll see you on Friday with that Aries moon. Peace. Pew. That's it. The Astro-Weather Week. I hope you have a good one. I'll see you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but I'll see you every day if you come to IG Lunch with Eric. Oh, maybe not Wednesday. If I do come on Wednesday, it'll be later. Maybe I'll come on Wednesday at like 3 p.m. Eastern, because I got an early morning appointment. So I'll still do it, but I'll just come later. But yeah, I'll see you today, talking about the moon intuition, all 12 signs. Tuesday, not sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but it may be, may deal with the most athletic signs in astrology, right? Looking at the top 5. Who do you think is the most athletic signs? Mars has to do with the athlete. So maybe we'll talk about that, sports, since it is the NFL draft and all that stuff this week. Yeah, expect some trades. You know, I think that Cam Ward will be number 1. Not sure where Shedeur Sanders is going. Could go 2. There could be a trade with the Cowboys and Browns. Let's see if the Giants get a quarterback. They should. And yeah, should be fascinating. I mean, obviously Thursday with that moon in Pisces, a lot of dreams will be met, and a lot of lives will be changed. So, you know, you wish these young men well. You know, I love sports, and the Knicks are going to win tonight in the playoffs, go up 2-0. Detroit's tough, though. And enjoy this Aquarius Pisces moon week. Aquarius suns, Pisces suns, intermittent fasting, no drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing. And that's about it. Monday, April 21st. R.I.P. to the Pope, and happy birthday, and R.I.P. to my mother, Cheryl Taylor. Mwah. I love you and miss you, Ma. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for allowing me to take care of you for about 20 years. Thank you when you supported me when I wanted to be an actor and I was making no money, and you didn't charge me so much rent. Thank you for everything. It was my honor and my pleasure to take care of you, Ma. And you're the best ever. All right. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Pop Pop. Eric Taylor, Astro-Weather Week. Tauruses, hit me up. Eric at BigEAstrology.com for the birth chart sale. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Risings. I've lost a lot of Tauruses. My mother, my college roommate, and my half-sister. I love the Taurus energy. God bless you all. Astro-Weather Week, the 21st to the 24th. BigEAstrology. Pew!